Hello guys, this is Octavius with North American Archery. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to judge yardage for hunting situations. How to judge yardage for hunting situations. If you're like me and you shoot in a way that's instinctual, you're going to know that sometimes it's challenging when you're in a deer stand or in a blind on how to judge the yardage in a pressure situation. Some guys gap shoot, some guys use sights on their bows, but if you are a person that doesn't use a rangefinder, no matter what method it is, you're shooting instinctually, okay? You're trying to judge the yardage based on what you think it is subconsciously. And so behind me is what I do, especially with a hunting trip coming up here in about a week, is I set up targets 15, 1 at 20, 1 at 25, and 1 at 30 sporadically through the range. And I know the yardage, that's true, but I also need to burn in my memory what that yardage looks like. And then the next thing I add is whatever method that I'm actually going to hunt with, whether it's a tree stand or a blind or spot and stalk. In this hunt, I'll be doing a tree stand hunt. So the next step after today is next week, I'll put a tree stand over here and I'll shoot down from an elevated position, and it'll be in my memory even more so of what those yardages is. So behind me, you can see, let me use the actual limb of the bow. Behind me, let me get this adjusted a little bit. Behind me, 15, then that hog is 20. There's a turkey over here at 25, and then that deer back there is 30. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my bow, and I'm going to make sure that I shoot every single one of those targets, and I'm gonna do that every single day from an elevated position as well as from a seated position and standing up. And it also depends on what way I'm going hunting, okay? So without further ado, let's take some shots. So you also wanna have a close target like this one right here, which that's 15 yards. Actually looking at it, that's more like 10, okay? So you want that because a lot of times when you're shooting in a deer stand or a blind at a deer, sometimes they go right in front of you and you end up going high or low because you're so used to practicing at 20 or 25 or 30 or whatever range it is. Most of the deer that I have killed, or most of the animals I've killed with a longbow or a recurve, has been close, within 15 yards. So I've learned over the years to keep a target close to me to practice with, as well as the further ones. Let me shoot the first one. Okay, I drilled it, okay? Now, somebody says that's easy. I've missed deer at that range, so it's not always easy. So you wanna make sure that you actually shoot that closer distance. That was high, okay? Next one at 25. That was a pretty good shot, okay? But I still missed the 1 at 20. So that means that for whatever reason I missed, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Let me go to the 1 at 30 now. Really focus on this one. Underneath them. So it shows me that with this particular bow that I haven't shot in probably about 2 months, I am having some difficulties. My first one, I drilled it, dead deer at 10 yards. Second one, I shot right over his back. The third one at 25, I drilled him. And then the 1 at 30 went right underneath his belly. And so this is why you practice. There's no need to go show you, I missed. So even me, and I'm really good in hunting situations and killing animals, I'm gonna miss from time to time. And how I eliminate that is I grab a bow, and I go out and shoot at different distances, and I want to gauge the yardage. Sometimes I also will go out in the woods and I stump shoot. I don't even know the distance, and I take a bow with me and I go and I hit the stumps. That keeps me sharp, okay? Too many guys are worried about missing, and they go out and they shoot groups at 20 yards or 15 yards or whatever, and they think that it's going to be successful moving forward. It will be, but there's going to be a lot of shooting opportunities you have when the buck or the doe or whatever animal you want to hunt is at 25, 30, 35 yards. They will be apprehensive to let that arrow go. I won't be, only because I'm willing to come out here and shoot and be real with myself where I'm at, okay? And so this bow, I don't want to blame the bow, even though I don't shoot it often. I'm thinking about taking it with me as well. And right off the rack, I've drilled 25, I drilled 10, and I missed 30, and I missed the 20. So I'm inconsistent. So now for about 30 minutes, I'll take this bow, make sure I'm hitting in all cylinders, and I'll go inside and hang it back on the rack. And I'll probably take it with me as well, along with my 59 Kodiak on this hunting trip. So I wanted to show you real quick on something you can do to practice. Don't make it so easy that it's so robotic. You want to come out here in the yard and you want to do something a little different. Get you, if you have a second bow or bow you don't shoot that often, get it and see if you can gauge the yardage with it. Just mix it up, make it fun. And that way you'll be a better shooter in pressure situations. You'll be able to gauge yardage. You have more meat in the freezer. All right, guys, remember this, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. All right, guys, talk to you soon.